Hello, my name is Dr. Sarah Connors. I'm a naturopathic doctor and birth doula, practicing in the Kitchener-Waterloo area. I run a family-based practice treating newborns all the way to seniors. I became a naturopathic doctor because I believe that naturopathic medicine has something to offer to all of us. If you wish to achieve your best possible health through using natural means, that is something that I can help you with. In this particular video series, we'll be showing you how to make natural remedies that you can use to treat yourself and your family in your own home. Many of these things you actually have in your kitchen right now. So stick with us and we'll be showing you how to make homemade cough syrup. Today on DIY Natural Home Remedies, we'll be showing you how to make homemade cough syrup to treat respiratory tract infections, or the common cold. What I mean by that is you have a cough in your chest, tickle in your throat, maybe a runny nose, possibly a fever. What I'm not talking about is more of that chronic cough from something like an asthma attack or an individual suffering from emphysema from chronic smoking. Most parents know it's really tough to stay up all night with your child as they cough and cough and cough. They don't get a good night's sleep and you don't either. By giving them some natural cough medicine, they get a better night's sleep, and you do too. It's very inexpensive to make and easy as well, and it's also more effective than most of the over-the-counter cough medicines. In fact, recent studies have shown that most of the over-the-counter remedies are not effective for treating a cough. A word of warning: you do not want to give honey to a child under the age of 1. Honey that is purchased in the store is pasteurized, however there can still be some microbes left behind. The one that we're really concerned about is called Clostridium botulinum. It can make a neurotoxin called botulinum. For adults and sufficiently grown children, a small amount is not a problem. However, when we're talking about a teeny tiny baby, even a small amount can be a problem. If they do get it into their system, they can get something called botulism, also known as floppy baby syndrome. If this happens, they become unresponsive or they have practically no muscle tone. Think like the classic rag doll that just kind of flops there and doesn't have anything to do. If you suspect that your child could potentially have botulism or floppy baby syndrome, it is imperative that you call 911 as soon as possible so that they can get to the emergency room for the proper treatment. In order to make the cough syrup, we need honey, quarter onion, cutting board, knife, glass container with its lid. If you don't happen to have any onion, you can substitute garlic. In terms of the onion, we're going to cut it roughly and then do quarter to half-inch slices. And I'll show you this in a second. And the reason for doing this is we get a lot of surface area that's nice and easy to see. So when the honey gets added, the medicinal properties of the onion are more easily drawn out. They're also easier to handle when we're going to go fish them out of the container later. So we're going to bring our container over and just drop the onion pieces in, put them to the side, take our honey, and as best we can cover that up so it's nice and immersed, and then take our lid and set it aside and let it sit for 3 hours to 4 hours or overnight. Now that the cough syrup sat for a few hours, it's time to take the onion pieces out. This is where keeping the onion pieces to a good size is really going to help you out. You want to try and leave as much of the honey behind as possible, because if we have onion bits still in there and you go to try and give that to your child, I'm guessing they're probably not going to want to take it. Now that that's all out, in terms of dosing, we want to be giving them about half to a full tablespoon at a time. Depending on the severity of their cough, you could give it to them every hour or maybe every 3 to 4 hours. Mainly, we want to try and give it to them before nap time or bedtime. The purpose for this is it will help them to sleep and heal, but we don't want to fully suppress the cough reflex during the day. The reason for not suppressing it is we want to get those microbes and that mucus out of their lungs. If it stays there, it could fester and become a worse infection. If you're noticing that your child's cough is getting worse, or you're just not quite sure what to do, talk to your naturopathic doctor. We can come up with some options to help you out. On the other hand, if your child is having great difficulty breathing, you might want to consider taking them to the nearest walk-in or potentially even emerge. The great thing about this particular remedy is one batch is usually good for about 3 to 4 days when put in the fridge between use. If it's been in there for a few days already, you might want to take just a quick sniff, make sure it's still good. If you need something more immediate, you can actually give honey on its own to your child. It has its own antimicrobial properties, as well as helping to soothe and coat the throat. The whole reason we put the onion in is to help make the whole cough syrup just a little bit more potent. Thanks for watching this video. If you or your child have a severe cough that won't go away, or you're struggling with a repetitive infection, you can book a free 15-minute consultation with me through www.sarahconnorsnd.com. Simply click on the Book an Appointment link on the website, and we'll put together a treatment plan that works for you. If you have any questions, either about remedies or conditions, please send them to sarahconnorsnd@gmail.com. In future videos, I'll be answering a few of your questions during this segment, and may even use some of your suggestions in a future video. In the next episode of DIY Natural Home Remedies, we'll be showing you how to treat a fever using what you have at home, so be sure to check it out.